This is the 2011 Jetta, and it is logically 9 years old now. It is in this Tempest Blue color, and it is an SE model, as the badge indicated. It's got a couple of options. It's got the convenience package and the sunroof option as well. Convenience package gave it this chrome exhaust tips, alloy wheels. They're 16-inch alloy wheels, heated exterior rearview mirrors, heated seats, and obviously for the sunroof, it's a regular size sunroof, nothing oversized in any fashion, very standard. The mileage after 9 years is 87,370 miles, and this was the new model back in 2011. It was the Mark 6, and Volkswagen had been going up market all the way to the 2010 Jetta model, and when they came to the 2011, they wanted to regain market shares, a bigger one, and that meant offering Jettas for a cheaper price, but a bigger Jetta. So the space in the back is actually bigger for the legs, and the trunk has always been a strong point of the Jetta from the Mark 1 on, and this current the trunk of this car is over 15 cubic feet. So when they tried to regain market shares and make it cheaper, they cheapened the inside, and the reviewers at the time when it came out were complaining about how much hard plastics and cheap plastics were about the cabin. But as far as I'm concerned, doesn't bother me one bit. One big reason is I don't take naps on my dashboard, and basically every surface that I come in contact with are of soft nature. The stick shift has a leather top, the handbrake has a leather cover, the elbow rest is vinyl and is soft, and the center armrest is also soft. The seats and everything that looks like leather outside of the steering wheel is leather. That's also the convenience package. This is real leather and this is real leather. The seats and the other leather looking surfaces are leatherette, which is a man-made artificial material. The glove box is of a good size, and it's got a little shelf. It is damped. The entertainment section is very straightforward and simple. Let's see, is it coming up? There it is. And we have FM, AM satellite. Let's mute it. And media, that's for the CD player, or if you connect yourself. And setup is obviously for setting up your channels, your preferences and whatnot, and these are the two buttons to regulate the sound quality, bass, treble, balance of the speakers and whatnot. This car has a 5-cylinder engine, and it came originally with 170 horsepower, 177 pound-feet of torque, and it is a very nice engine. It is extremely round and progressive in its function, and provides a nice amount of power, and is perfectly adapted for this car. It won't give you the best mileage. This engine was first replaced by a 1.8 turbo engine, and the mileage went up with that engine. This one is 23 city, 33 highway. Not bad, but nothing exceptional. This car has had no issue. 9 years of ownership, 87,000 plus miles, and it never broke down, but it's been maintained extremely well. I always went to the dealer twice a year, every 6 months for the oil change and then the checkup, and then every repair that had to be done was done. The repairs are not cheap with Volkswagen. Volkswagen is not a luxury brand, but the repairs with parts and labor are very comparable to, for example, repairs of Volvo. I've been involved with repairs and maintenance of a Volvo at a dealership, and I could compare with the Jetta, and they were very similar. So Volkswagen is not supposed to be compared with a brand like Volvo. But it never broke down. Initially, I had a couple of issues with the battery. If I went away for or would not use the car for 3 weeks solid, the battery would be flat. And that was the first couple of years of ownership. Ever since, that problem has gone away. That's gone away, so it's not an issue anymore. And like I said, it never broke down, never had an issue. The repairs are $300 minimum. It is rare to be below $300. I think if it's happened once, because I can't remember. In the past 9 years, it's gone up to $700 or even $800 for a repair. The brakes are disc in the front, drums in the back. The new generation, it's disc brakes all around, but that 2011 Mark 6 generation was, I think you had to get the GLI, which came in 2012, to get 4-disc brake or disc brakes all around. But this car has been extremely reliable. Never a surprise. Does very well in the snow, does very well in the rain, wet surfaces. Road holding is superior. It is very entertaining to drive. It is a direct feel when you drive this car. It's on the sporty side, even if the suspension is not of that quality. The drivetrain by itself provides you with a very pleasant feel, and you feel connected to the road, connected to the vehicle. For all its plasticity and all its cheapness that it was criticized for when it first came out, I can tell you that after 9 years there's not a rattle. So it is extremely quiet when you drive this car, extremely quiet on the road, and it's extremely comfortable, even though it doesn't have independent rear suspension. This came later for the Mark 6, and this one has a semi independent suspension in the back. There's a torsion beam, but it's not an issue for road holding and not an issue for comfort. Extremely comfortable. This car has been taken on a 7-hour drive to Virginia, for example, and this was not an issue. So you can talk at a normal voice when you drive. You don't have to scream. You don't hear air noise, engine noise and everything. You just go through the gears and you are perfectly comfortable, and it feels like a very solid car, and it does very well in the crash test. So it is a very safe car, on top of being comfortable and practical. The huge trunk is this is where we finish. We're going to go back out and look at the trunk, and I will show you how the seats fold. So there are a few objects in the trunk that give you an idea of the scale of things, and then you have those little pull things here, and then you push the seat, and the seat is 60/40 with the armrest and a pass-through in the middle. There, very practical. And when I sit in the back, you can see that there is room and the seat is back. See, this is the seat for the driver. It's a little further up. The front passenger seat, the seat is further back, and I still have room, definitely room for my feet under the seat and room for my knees. Here is the armrest with 2 cup holders, and the pass-through is right here. And in the back for 2 people, 3, there might be a squeeze at the shoulders, but for 2 people it's absolutely fine. In the back you have a 12 volt, so if you have an adapter you can get your USB connection. This is what I have in the front as well. I need the connection for the special adapter for a USB seat, and this is the lock and unlock position. There are no vents. There is nothing of the sort. Big pockets in the door, the cup holders in the armrest, and 1 pocket in the back behind the front passenger seat, and that's it. So very good car, extremely satisfied. It's been everything it was promising to be. It was not a huge car, but it was big enough inside, extremely comfortable, extremely safe, and extremely practical, and never broke down. And that 5-cylinder engine, in my view, is a gem. It sounds great, and it's got a lot of torque, and you can stay in the lower, in the 3rd gear, for example, and relaunch in 3rd gear. You don't need to get down to 2nd. You can just regain power very easily. So, great car, well appointed, and no leaks, no vibrations, no annoying noise when after 9 years of ownership. Looking forward to keeping it for a very, very long time. All right, that's it for my review now. Take care. Bye.